Hello, fellas. Hey, my name is Eddie Broussard. I serve with the U.S. Navigators as our associate U.S. director out here in Colorado Springs, and looking forward to being out there down in Dallas here in a few weeks to speak at this renewal conference coming up. But I wanted to just take a minute, man, and just get a chance to connect with you all. You guys are in Bible study with Tom down there, and I just thought I'd just take a second, man, and just talk with you guys for a minute. Because I remember back in the days when I was doing my undergraduate work. And I want to ask you guys something, man. I want to ask you about the foundation of your life. Because that's what we're talking about here. And when you think about your career field, whether that is medicine, whether it's engineering or education or economics or physics or whatever it might be, whether it's the military service or civilian life, my question for you all is, how is your foundation doing? I can remember clearly sitting in my dorm room at Moore Hall at Texas A&M back in the mid-1970s. I was a pre-med student, and I was working hard at my grades. And during those years, I can remember opening the pages of my Bible to Matthew chapter 7. And Jesus asked, "What kind of foundation are you laying?" And he said there's two kinds of men. They're the men that build their lives on rock, and they're those that build their lives on sand. The brothers that build their lives on sand are those that do a lot of talk, but they don't build the foundation on the rock that will help their house to stand. And what I want to just speak a word to you all about today is to encourage you to be young men who lay the foundation of their lives on the rock of Jesus Christ. And to do that, it means that we not only listen to the word of Christ, we not only understand it and wrestle with it, but we apply it in our lives. Jesus says the one who builds his house on rock is the one who hears my word and then puts it into practice. And I just want to encourage you, brothers, to be, whatever you're doing out there in terms of your career, to build your life on the foundation of the word of Jesus Christ. Because when you get out there, whether it's med school or law school, whether it's teaching in a high school or whether it's leading a company in the business world, you will need a foundation to stand on, both for the people you will lead and for the family that you will cherish that the Lord may give you one day. And I want to encourage you, brothers, to make to make decisions now to make your foundation strong. And one of the ways you can do that is by choosing what you invest your time in. I want to encourage you, brothers, to think about coming to this renewal conference. I get the chance to be the main speaker at this conference, and I can't wait to get a hold of the topics in here, because we're going to talk about the fatherhood of God and how that speaks to the deepest issues in our lives as men and women. And so I want to encourage you, brothers, because in my own life, as I've had the chance over years to go to many, many of these conferences, man, God has met me during some of these. I can remember going to a conference in the summer of 1977. And it was a conference of young African American men and women from all over the U.S. And the theme of the conference was, "Here am I, Lord, send me," Isaiah 6:8. And at that conference, this is up in Detroit, Michigan. And at that conference, God challenged me to say that if you are really serious about me, out of Genesis chapter 22, you bring your Isaac up to Mount Moriah and you put your Isaac on that altar before me. Because the idols in your own heart are what's between you and me. And you can't do my will because something else is in the way in your heart. And I want to invite you, brothers, to make a decision to invest in your future and to be there in Denton, Texas at this renewal conference. To get a chance, man, to take your foundation deep into the bedrock of Jesus himself. And like the word of God says in Jeremiah 17:7 and 8, that we would be like the tree planted by the rivers of water, whose roots go down deep, so that no matter how hot it gets, we are always in touch with the life-giving water. And the man whose life is like that is the one who trusts God and who trusts the Lord and walks with him and puts the word of God to practice in his life. That's what this conference is about. It's about how to lay a foundation that'll last. And I'm praying that you brothers will be there and that you'll make a decision to put Christ first and to send your foundation down deep into him. God bless you. Hope I see some of y'all there, and the Lord keep you. And I pray that y'all will be a generation who sets your foundation down on Jesus. And I'll be praying with you. God bless now. Bye-bye.